some more metal discussion. Stay tuned. What's happening, Gilligans? Hope everyone's been having a good week. How the fuck all you doing tonight, man, or whatever time it is when you're watching this. Hope everyone's doing good. I'm having a good time. Got a lot to discuss. Gonna do something a little different tonight. I hope it works out. I hope everyone's having a good evening, good weekend, good week, wherever the fuck. Comment below, man. Where are you guys from? I mean, where are you all watching from? What country? What fucking state? You know? This might be a bit of a long one, so fucking pull up a chair, come fucking hang out a bit. I don't know what you all doing, or if you're at work, man. Fuck, this would be a good way to pass the time on your breaks. Actually, I already got a beer open tonight, but I got another one because it might be a long one. Got some Amstel Light, nothing fancy. Doing something a little bit different. I'm not much of a light beer drinking guy, but after the holidays, man, I was drinking some heavy beers. I thought I'd just take a little bit, sit back. You know, I'm not much of a, what do they call that? That stupid fucking dry January bullshit. So, just taking a bit. This shit ain't too bad. You get enough of these and you get a buzz. Fucking cheers, man. What am I jamming tonight? I'm spinning a little motherfucking macabre. Unabomber compilation, man. If you ain't familiar with Macabre, they're from Chicago. Honestly, they're one of the earlier death metal bands. They don't really get recognized for that. I mean, most people might not even consider them in that category, but the fucking Grim Reality EP, man, came out fucking 86, 87. And honestly, it was some of the fastest shit for the time. And I mean, it's, you know, when you think of a band like Nile, or like how modern that sound is, Macabre had speeds that were just as fast as Nile in the fucking 80s. I'm just surprised that they're very overlooked for an early death metal band, and not really known for that. You know, I feel like they don't get talked about, you know, when it comes to the 80s. You know, they're not up there with, you know, Morbid Angel, Pestilence, Possessed, Death. Macabre never fucking gets talked about. Even, you know, Master gets talked about more, and they're from Chicago, and they didn't really do it. I mean, I don't think they nearly as good as Macabre was. This is my opinion, but fucking love this band, man. Household fucking name. But, yeah, fucking Macabre fucking ruled, man. Chicago band. I got to see them when I was in high school, man. They fucking blew me away at the House of Blues, of all places. But if you all happen to notice, I posted a short recently of me and an old friend of mine jamming. I've been saying I've been working on something really heavy, and I have, man. Him and I, we go way back to our high school days. His name's Austin Geis of fucking kick-ass death metal band, Alter Horror. We used to do shows together back in the day. Fucking, we even carpooled down to the fucking West Texas Death Fest where the band Hod was doing was one of the headliners. I mean, so we go way back, fucking partying and shit. And him and I just been collaborating and discussing different ideas. And I've got some songs and I got some shit written. And I thought, hey man, let's get together and make something happen. Stay tuned. I'm not going to announce too much just yet. I don't want to give too much away. And I'm not going to I'm not going to do any more. I might throw another short here and there, keep you guys, you know, wondering. But there's something fucking, there's a storm brewing, man. I fucking guarantee it. Just stay tuned. But, yeah, cheers to that. Well, yeah, something I want to do different here tonight. So, you know, this might fit the description or something in the title. And that's why I say it might be a bit of a long one, something a little different. So here, what do you guys think of music videos? Do you think they're still relevant? Because personally, like, I really don't know. I don't see many of them anymore. Maybe I'm just not looking in the right places. Uh, See, when I was growing up, and I mean generations before me as well, fucking, you know, MTV generation or whatever the fuck. I mean, they had the Headbangers Ball. An extreme metal band might get their video released, and that was a way to, or even metal, just in general. You know, metal bands. They would, for decades, they would, before the album came out, they would drop a music video, kind of like as a single, before the record get, you know, build suspense, and it fucking worked. And even my time, you know, I got the tail end of it. 'Cause, you know, the internet was still pretty small when I was junior high, high school. Fucking, by the time I was a senior, I think YouTube just started. So like it was, you know, it all went downhill after that. But you know, I miss music videos, and it was a way for me to often discover music. You know, or like they were sometimes even life changing for me. And that's what this video is about. I want to describe that, like how I, you know, I'm a guitar player, and I progressed as a guitar player from hearing new things and new things and new ideas and new forms of inspiration. And in that, sometimes it could be a fucking music video that would change my whole perspective of my outlook of music, just influence. I don't know, anyone that plays an instrument or anybody who enjoys this music knows what the fuck knows what the fuck I'm talking about. Just being totally blown away by something. And music videos were like one way that, you know, shit happened for me. So, look, if after I play some of these, so here's the thing. I don't know if I'm gonna get fucking a copyright strike after I do some of this shit. So I may have to cut some of this shit out. So if I'm still talking about the band after, you'll know why. And if there's no video, you'll know why. Because I'm kind of nervous about some of these. But I'll give you one example that was these were life changing for me. Like really were. When I was coming of age and I was getting into extreme metal, Slayer was one of the first bands, and I know there were for just many people, and even now, which is not a bad thing. It's still, that's what makes them such a profound, fucking amazing band to this fucking day, and even for future. But my first record was actually Seasons in the Abyss, and I had a cassette. I heard it, blew me away. Well, early 2000s, there was no way to watch those music videos, especially if you didn't have like a, you know, fucking pay-per-view, or I don't even really know how to explain it. If I happened to be at a friend's house with a cable, or like a relative's house with a cable, VH1 used to on Friday nights have this show, and some of you may remember it, but Scott Ian used to host it from Anthrax. Now, I'm not a big Anthrax fan, but this was a metal show. It was a rock metal show, and he would play videos every fucking Friday night. I mean, that's how I just first discovered King Diamond, and a few others. But I already had Seasons in the Abyss, and I fucking played War Ensemble. Now, I didn't play this video because I'm afraid of like a copyright strike. I already figured Slayer is such a big fucking name, I'm already gonna get shut down for it. I didn't even try. But that music video, if you guys want to press pause, look up War Ensemble music video. It fucking blew me away. That is my perspective of death metal, you know. They still had the leather, the spikes, the headbanging, the fucking aggression, and it blew me the fuck away. And that instant, you know, I already heard, you know, Seasons of the Abyss, but when I saw that music video, I was like, I have to get a fucking guitar. I was destined. I was like 12 years old. I was like, I've got to get a guitar, and I did whatever I could. You know, I shoveled snow, raked fucking leaves, I did all kinds of shit. Took me a while, but eventually I was able to get one, and it just motivated me. And then that's the whole fucking point where I'm about music videos and this whole thing. It's like how, for me, they could be life changing, and it really that one was. I was like, I need to get a guitar. I want to fucking do this shit. And you know, especially I already knew subconsciously. I already knew, like, young, you got to learn this shit now. When you get older, you're not gonna have as much time to fuck around with it. Responsibilities, you know. I already knew that when I was fucking 12, but Anyways, there's that. This Unabomber's a short one. I gotta give a. I'll be back in a second. Let me give this a flip. Stay tuned. Alright, but like I was saying, yeah, videos were sometimes, for me, extremely fucking life-changing. And, so here, this first one, I'll talk about it afterwards. Anyways, fucking, this one really, really changed me in a big way, musically, to really up my game on the instrument. Just like most of these that I'm about to show did that for me. Here we go, check this out. So, what y'all think? I'm gonna, you know, for me, this band, they're from Sweden, Incision, that's the name of them. They were a brutal fucking death metal band. Now, they didn't do many albums. I mean, they had a lot of demos out. Like, I think 3 or 4 demos out through the late 90s, early 2000s, and then they did a full length, Beneath the Folds of Flesh, and then they came out with Revealed and Worship. Now, I remember Beneath the Folds of Flesh by reading about it in Metal Maniacs, and, you know, they were describing, like, you know, a band from Sweden, not many bands doing the brutal death metal thing. There was Deranged. Now, don't get me wrong, I know about fucking Deranged, they gave more than Incision ever did, but anyways, I didn't hear Deranged first, I heard fucking Incision, and a few years later, I didn't hear Beneath the Folds of Flesh, I just read about it, but I was at a friend's house, he had the fucking internet, this is before YouTube, we would go on websites and shit. I remember looking because Incision was on Earache Records. They posted the We Didn't Come to Heal music video that just showed on the Earache Records website, and I just remember sitting there, fucking, we were toking, we were smoking down, you know, that's what we did. We'd fucking smoke tons of weed, drink beers, man, fucking hang out, chain smoking cigarettes. And I remember seeing that music video, and it changed me to, I went from just wanting to play simplistic death metal, the deicide stuff, incantation, mortician, death metal in that kind of vein, because it was a comfort zone. Not to say that those albums don't still fucking, those bands don't still keep my shit, but I do not enjoy simplicity. I love things that are simple and direct, but seeing that Incision video, I just was totally blown away by the guitar playing and the atmosphere and the guy's vocals, how fast it was. It was just a step up from everything that I was already doing. I think I was 16 when I saw that, and I was like, I want to fucking play like this. Like, this is the direction I want to fucking move into. And I got, but at the time I was only using like 3 fingers. I was afraid of the pinky finger. Just like, I was just not playing very complex shit. And I saw that video, and it was, the band still had that satanic thing going on, the vocalist, the imagery, there's still, just like, Deicide and Morbid Angel, and that type of shit. So it just really drove me even more into wanting to expand, and it did. I'm glad it did, because I would have probably still be playing more simplistic stuff, which is okay too. But it really, that was like the first step I ever took. After seeing that music video, it was the first step I took into challenging, more challenging stuff, and trying to push myself as a musician and guitar player. Even, at young, there wasn't all the YouTube stuff wasn't out yet. All these, even so, when YouTube came out, I didn't fucking have the internet. My point is I didn't have access to instructional videos and all that shit. It was self-taught, 100%. And that's it. And the only visuals you'd get, I went to my friend's house, it was like on a weekend. I watched that video as much as I could, and I didn't get to see it again, like, for years. But that video fucking stuck in my head. When the record came out, my buddy bought it. He burned a copy for me, so like going home and listening to it. But I never saw the music video again for years. But I just remembered it, stuck in my fucking mind. Of course, years later, YouTube, I got to rediscover it. But the song fucking We Did Not Come to Heal, man, that music video was just like, wow. But that's where I'm going with this. So let me all know what you think on that. That was just one of my things I've never really discussed. When people think of technical bands and brutal bands and shit, they don't really, Incision never gets brought up, ever. I don't ever hear anybody talk about them. It's usually deranged or, as far as like Sweden goes, but Incision's always fucking forgotten about. I don't know why. I don't even think I've even, Jimmy from the Block, I haven't watched all his fucking videos, but I don't think he's ever talked about them. So, yeah, he may on this one, but, yeah. Anyways, that's my thoughts of Incision. One of my favorite fucking brutal death metal bands. Very inspiring. Got another beer. Here's another one for you. Now, like I said, if I don't get a copyright strike, you'll see the video. If not, you'll hear me talking about the band afterwards, because I'm gonna edit this shit out. That's how we roll. But yeah, if you're still around, man, grab a fucking drink. Come hang out. Now this next one, same thing, very profound. Changed, also maybe want to push myself maybe more. So stay tuned. Alright, I'm sure you all know who the fuck that was. Nile. When that fucking came out, man, I was blown away. I was, now, I was like 17 when that video was popped out. And like I said, before the record came out, that's how a lot of bands in my time would fucking drop their single to you know, show. Like, there was no way you can hear any more of the record. Like, there was none of it like how it is today. And I feel bad for young people today. And I'm not gonna rip on them because it's not their fault. Is just how music is released now. It's just, it's not the same. And it's just the way it is, man. It is what it is. I mean, I'm proud that I got to grow up at the tail end of things. You know, being at the dawn of the millennium, things were still carrying over the old way, but it switched over very, very quickly. But yeah, it's a bummer. But anyways, I already had In Their Darkened Shrines, and Nile was at the time was one of my fucking favorite bands during when this record came out. I was those days I was fucking drinking like I am now, fucking smoking tons of weed. But my thing was, I would one thing I would do with guitar and like how I progressed was I would when I'd hear something that would blow me away, I would have the album. Something I would do every day after school. Was I would come home from school, smoke a joint, put the album on that I liked, or whatever was like really, really like I was just mesmerized by, and I'd pick up my guitar and I wouldn't try to copy what they were playing, but like I would listen and I would feel the energy of the music and I would write my own shit to what I was hearing, if that makes any sense. It was like this energy that it was kind of I was vibrating off of, and and I would just, I don't know, like riffs were coming out of me, kind of like inspired by what I was hearing, but I wasn't playing what they were playing, and somehow like years went by. I mean, I did this for many, many years, and it's kind of how how I learned guitar or like learned how to play this. Like it was always just a feeling, and I just like listen. It was like I listened to what I enjoyed, and I would just fucking get lost in it. I don't know. It was just something I did. I don't really know how to explain it, but over time I got better at my instrument from that. And anyways, At the time, I was doing that with the Nile records that were already out. You know, In Their Darkened Shrines, fucking Amongst the Catacombs. But then the upcoming album was Annihilation of the Wicked, and they fucking dropped the video to Slave to what the fuck? I can't even describe the name of it. Anyways, they dropped the video I just showed, and fucking oh yeah, Sacrifice unto Abek or whatever the fuck. I'm saying it wrong. I'm terrible with names, but anyways, like I was saying, when I saw this music video, I actually had visuals because I didn't see any. You know, I could only hear Nile's music, and I couldn't really like see their technique or just like. Anyways, when I saw this music video, it was like very life changing. I was mesmerized by it. I was able to. I don't know. It made me better at my instrument just by being able to watch them, what they're doing, and it was definitely profound when it came out. And Annihilation Wicked, I think that's when I pretty much I didn't stop listening to Nile. I still love Nile to this day, but like it was, for me, it never got any better than that. I mean, some people might say otherwise, which is okay. But for me, it was like that was it. That was the top. And I got to see them the following year, right when. Actually, so yeah, Annihilation Wicked came out in 2005. January of 2006, got to see him at the House of Blues with Decapitated and Hypocrisy. And Chicago just put in the fucking smoking ban like 3 weeks prior, because I remember going to see him with my buddy Austin, actually. I was just telling him about we were jamming on drums. We all got off the fucking train, lit up cigarettes, and people came at us like we were, like we were murdering somebody. You gotta put that motherfucking thing out. We were getting cursed at and screamed at like we were committing a serious fucking offense. And I was like, okay, that's weird. And then we get to the House of Blues, because it was like, 6 city blocks. I don't remember. It was like we walk up there and we were underage smoking, but who fucking, man, we were like street kids from the region, man, metalheads. Anyway, so we walked up to there, and I was looking around for the ashtrays, because usually what was cool about that place, they had ashtrays, so there'd be just like a haze of fucking cigarette smoke and weed smoke and shit. And I was looking at the guy next to me. I'm like, man, where the fuck are all the ashtrays? And I was putting two together. He's like, man, Chicago just put a fucking smoking ban in 3 weeks ago. I'm like, fuck, man. Yeah, so this was, beginning of, it was probably sometime in January 2006, House of Blues. But anyways, yeah, that's my story with that, with Nile. What you guys think? I mean, Nile's an incredible band. I mean, incredible. Fucking musician-wise, they are 110% top notch, man. I will never be that good, even if I tried, but yeah, cheers. Yeah, that's my story with that. Now this next one is pretty, also, like I said, this is why I like music videos and what I miss about them. I don't know, I hope bands still do this today. I mean, I see videos now, but it's just not quite like it was. Maybe I'm just getting older. Maybe I'm getting jaded. I hope the fuck not. I don't want to be one of them motherfuckers. There's plenty of that, and I try not to be. The older I get, there's plenty of them when I was young. Jaded motherfuckers, just as many as there was cool motherfuckers. But I get it, man. It comes with age. But yeah, check this one out. Dissection, man. So I I grew up, early days, the first wave of black metal. What most would not consider black metal at all today. Venom, Merciful Fate, you know, that type of shit was what I actually was fortunately enough to be turned on to first, to be schooled in, and it's just how it happened with me. It's the truth. I didn't hear the second wave stuff until after, and I didn't know about the all the lore, the church burnings and all that shit. So like I got to experience this music without a bias, and how now it's like the lore is what draws people in, which is understandable. I totally get that, because even when I found out about the lore afterwards, it drew me in even more. So it's no hate there, but this is just how I got into it. I was able to get turned on to this stuff from the '80s, but the second wave stuff that I was turned on to, I first heard, I think it was Emperor. I mean, as far as the Norwegian shit, that type of sound. I mean, I know people don't like to include Cradle Filth, but they were the early stuff. I heard that shit more with the stuff with the keyboards, and I liked it. I thought it was cool. It was dark. It was interesting. Um, but it didn't do what like Merciful Fate and Venom did for me. Um, so I didn't really. I was like, oh, that's black metal, cool. Um, I think I heard the only other thing that I heard that I liked a lot was Marduk. I get from the second wave era of extreme bands, but they were more to me like extreme as far as like the sound, just guitars, fucking screaming vocals, blast beats. My first record for them was actually the Infernal Eternal live record. Anyways, so where I'm going with this, I didn't really dive down the fucking whole black metal uh, uh, rabbit hole. I had Dark Throne. I heard some of that. It just did not do anything for me at the time, because I didn't really gravitate toward it until I fucking saw this video. Now I knew about Dissection prior. I read about them in magazines. There was a lore prior. This is before my early day. When I first was getting into this shit, I'd read about these bands. I just didn't have access to them or a way to discover them, or I didn't have a bunch of money. The record stores just weren't everywhere. I didn't have the internet. If any of this makes any sense, I had catalogs, but I didn't have tons of money. I was a kid, poor kid, if that. But I remember I would read something, and it would always stick in my mind. So the name Dissection I always heard. I always thought it was like, okay, that's a black metal band, but like, well, they got a death metal name. Um, but anyways, that all made sense later. Um, so I saw this music video. I don't remember where I was. I might have been at a friend's house. Uh, and of course, this is after they got back together, the rebirth and all that shit. But when I first saw this, Where Dead Angels Lie, it was life changing. I was like, where have you been all my life? Like it was something like I don't know. It like I was instantly fucking hooked to it. Um, Life changing. And then I went down the black metal rabbit hole. What you say? Like I really, at that time I was a later teenager, and it really inspired my Cryptic Fog. That's why Cryptic Fog is so goddamn melodic, and that's where all the black metal really comes from. Cause like I really drew into that shit a lot. I mean, the other stuff too, Bathory and stuff, but Dissection, man, that's what really drew me. That's where I discovered. I was like, okay, now I get it. It was I was able to get what black metal was really about. The second wave stuff. Anyways, when I first heard Dissection, it just clicked, and it made sense to me. I don't know if it was something about the melodies. It was like something. I was like I said, where the fuck have you been all my life? Up to that point, I was like, those melodies have stuck with me. And aside from that, I mean, the Somberlane and Storm of the Lights Bane to this day are like, there are no records. Those are just some great metal records, and I know a lot of people agree. Now that they came up with a book that just recently came out. It's been so many years after his death and all that bullshit. A whole generation of young fans to fucking start up, and hopefully some young kids will be able to be inspired by it, and make some really kick-ass black metal. Because there's been a few bands that have been able to touch base on Dissection, but not close. I mean, kind of like There's a band called Bane from I think Serbia. I think that's the name of them. They're from no, I think Bane from Serbia. They've cut close. And Unanimated, one of their more recent records, cut close to some of the Dissection feel, but not quite, man. I mean, there's some other bands that are, that I like a lot, but I don't know. Anyways, my really cryptic fog stuff, heavily, the melodies and the feeling are really inspired by Dissection. And my soloing, that was another thing about that video, and after seeing it and hearing it, really inspired me to the lead work is very simplistic but very soulful, and after hearing that I was like, man, I'm gonna try this. So that's actually when I started trying to play lead and melody and shit, was hearing that video and seeing it. And then I wasn't able to pick up a actual CD until like months later. Prior to that, it was kids could burn shit, and I was like, someone like bootlegged, downloaded some random songs that had the Dissection songs, so I was able to still like listen to some of it until I finally was able to get my copy of Storm of the Lights Bane and the Somberlane. But yeah, Dissection still to this day probably out of the second wave era of black metal, my favorite, man. Yeah, like other. I mean, there's a few others that I really love, but that's definitely life changing. I don't even say a fucking event. It was for me. That's when I went and started. It changed my perspective of music, feeling, and sound. So, yeah, hopefully I didn't bore you all too much to death with that. But cheers. But yeah, let me know what y'all think, man. What was some of your guys' fucking music videos favorites? And as far as like extreme metal, death metal, black metal, what are some that really blew your minds? I know, I mean, I've heard there's some runner-ups. I would like to, I could do another video, part 2 of this, because there's other videos that music that really changed me. Music videos really had an effect on me. They really fucking did. I don't know why, but they did. There's a couple others, but this has already been long enough. So all your thoughts on this, man. But yeah, fucking, like I said, let me know in the comments, man. Where y'all from? Fucking country, state, whatever. That's bullshit. But yeah. Oh, you know what? I completely forgot. Last week's fucking band. If you're still here. Fucking got to talking. A little band from, this is a shout out to my buddy Jaded Hunter, Australian dude. They're from Australia, bud. Convent Guilt. Yeah, I think they're from either Sydney or Melbourne. Not 100%. Like I'm bad with that type of shit, but this came out. This is their demo. They released a couple releases. I think an EP, a full length. They might even have another one. Check them out on Encyclopedia Metallium, aka Metal Archives. Check them out. Convent Guilt. I love this. This was originally just released on vinyl. It's their demo with a red cover. It had a red cover, same logo and everything with the bat, demon bat looking thing. But finally, I was able to pick this up on disc, and I was so excited because years I was looking for this fucking thing. If any of you are a fan of late 70s, early 80s heavy metal, new wave of British heavy metal, but whatever, heavy metal, that era of metal, this is like total fucking homage to it. There's something really unhinged, unapologetic, raw, and natural feeling. I love the sound of the vocals, almost like a punk sounding, like you could hear the dude's fucking accent and he doesn't even care, like he's got his Aussie accent and right in there with it. I fucking love it. Their other albums, they cleaned it up a bit. They got more polished as far as musicianship and stuff. So their other albums are really good. So worth checking out. Old school, heavy metal, but like more modern. Like they're newer. This came out in like 2012, 2011. But this is worth checking out, man. It's really fucking good. I swear by this. This is one of my fucking favorite releases from Australia.
In Lucifer's light, from the sun that set in stone, no dawn in Lucifer's light.
Yeah, man, so fucking Convent Guild, man. Fucking give it a spin. I fucking love it. If you do, good. Awesome. If you don't, well, that's cool too, man. But till next time, man. Give this one a spin, a listen. Hopefully y'all got some good speakers, man. Let me know what the fuck you're all listening to this on. I hope if it's on a cell phone, I hope you have Bluetooth headphones or an old cell phone with the fucking wire. You got some headphones, or you're listening to it on your laptop with fucking speakers. Let me know how you're all hearing this shit too, man, because a tiny cell phone speaker, heavy metal was never, ever supposed to be heard out of a little baby speaker. Ever. You're not going to hear it. Metal bands do not go through the trouble of recording shit loud for it to be heard on some little shit fucking speaker, man. So, that's my rant about that. But, anyways, check out this jam. Until next time, thanks for watching. New subscribers, old subscribers, man. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.
Infidel defilers, they shall all drown in lakes of blood. Now they will know why they are afraid of the dark. Now they will learn why they fear the night.